how do we create a custom menu for our WordPress site? This is really cool, and it's a really, really useful skill to know how to do in WordPress. And the nice thing is it's actually pretty easy to do. Let me show you how it's done. I'm going to switch over to the dashboard over here. And the menu, by the way, actually, you know what? Let's switch back to the site here. Let's talk about what we're going to change here. This right here is your navigational menu, and this is what we're going to work on. We're going to work on changing the look of this. We want to change the order. Okay, I would really like to have a page here that says home, or a thing that says home, okay, because that seems to be, that's what I'm used to. I'd like the first link here to be home, and then maybe about us, and then blog, and then maybe a contact us page and stuff like that. But I just want to work on customizing this menu, okay? And so this is pretty easy to do. Let's switch back to dashboard, and the menus are under the appearance section right here. And I'm going to switch over here to menus, and this is the interface for creating and editing different menus. Here we can actually, and this interface, by the way, is slightly updated for WordPress 3.6. If you're using an older version of WordPress, I really recommend that you update as soon as possible. Okay, but this here, what we see here is our default menu structure here. We can actually create a new menu. Rather than editing this, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and walk through the process of creating a new menu. Why might you want to create a new menu rather than just redo this menu? Well, because sometimes you want to experiment with different types of menus, and it's nice to have different menus created. You can flip between them and experiment. So why don't I just show you how to create a new menu? We're going to click on the Create a New Menu button here. And the first thing we need to do is we need to give this menu a name. So I'm going to give this menu, you can call this anything you want. I'm going to call it Navbar. Okay? And let's go ahead and click Create Menu. All right, here we go. So we've got Navbar. We've got a couple choices here. We can actually add some menu items from the column on the left. And what are the menu items that we can add? We can add things like pages. We can actually here add individual links. This will be interesting. We can also add categories. This is interesting. This is where, remember when a few screencasts ago I was talking to you about how categories are actually quite useful for helping users navigate through your site. This is where we can actually create some really interesting navigation for our site. But let's start with something really simple. I would like to move, let's select all of these and just move them to the menu. I can just actually, you know, if these aren't all here, I could click on View All, okay, and I can select all of these. But let's go ahead and actually, you know what, let's just do one at a time, just to make it really simple. I'm going to go About Us. I'm going to add this to the menu right over here. Okay, and so now we've just added this particular item to our menu. And if we click on this little triangle right here, we get a drop-down menu, and we have a couple choices we can make here. We could actually change the navigation label. That is the label that will appear right here, About Us. By default, it's just the title of that page, but we could change that if we wanted to. The title attribute is what will show up when you hover over this link. So that's always nice. I like to put, you know, we could just do the same thing, or maybe we could expand on it a little bit and say Robo Bunny attack, about Robo Bunny attack. Okay, so that looks good. So we've changed that. That's good. Okay, what else can we do here? What else can we do? We can, let's see what else we can do. Let's add that blog. Okay, I'm going to add that. And notice that it automatically put it after. These will appear in the order that they appear right here. So if I wanted to change, if I wanted the blog to appear first, I could do that. But let's say I just want to do that. That looks fine. Okay, let's start with this. I'm going to go ahead and click Save Menu. Okay, and so that's interesting. What happens? Is this working? Is this actually like, is my new menu now in order? Let's just reload this and see what happens. Okay, it hasn't been changed. This is because we still have to tell WordPress how to actually select or how to implement this particular menu, and that's what I'm going to show you in the next screencast. Okay, but for now, think about what order you want different pages to appear in your menu, and practice that, creating a new menu and putting things in the right order. And then in the next screencast, I'm going to show you how you can actually activate that on your site. Okay, thanks a lot, and see you next time.